Hello, Roncat. Welcome. Time to get some underwhelming Pokemon. Well, I already have all the Pokemon I need, but I'm just curious. I mean, I have the home version. I just need to catch them canonically. Alright, time to get this started. Yeah, I actually checked that on Twitter. You know, it's one of the few times I actually check. And yeah, I saw that they made it. Nice. Alright, you know what? I'm not sure if I should do the scan or if I'm supposed to try and trigger Magerna because I think I did transfer a Mimikyu from Pokemon Go. I kind of forgot if I brought it into CA. Okay, it's not in CA. A convention where almost everyone is 40. God damn. Okay, I'm just gonna go quickly into Pokemon Home and get the Mimikyu. Okay, that wasn't the one. Okay, hold on. I just need to check. I am pretty sure. Wait. Oh wait, here he is. Fred Savage will be a guest there. He'll be over 50. Damn. I mean, you didn't have to do them like that. I mean, people in general, you know, like a convention where everyone is 40. That is so sad. Okay, now we have Mimikyu in CA. I just wonder, does just having the Mimikyu from Go automatically trigger the Magyarna quest? Because dedication. Wait. Did I get the Magyarna or not yet? Because... what the hell? I mean, this is not the canonical one. It seems to be the same dialogue. I don't know, does it trigger if I just keep talking? Okay, there we go. I think I have enough. What? I don't think I understood that sentence. Alright. I thought I was gonna have to fight the Magerna. Huh. Okay. Most hated Pokemon. That is true. Hola, bienvenido. 16, 17 always. Is the little metal ballerina. I mean, she has the same typing as Station. That's not to be taken lightly. Also, I wonder about the moves. Should I use Floor Cannon or do I keep Dazzling Gleam? Because honestly, I have never used Magaren in combat. I don't know. I think that the other moves are pretty solid. She has a stab on Flash Cannon and it naturally counters fairies. Aura Sphere counters steel types. And well, fairy counters fighting and dragon. I don't know what else. All right, there we go. You know what? We could give her a shot as the team's resident fairy, temporarily at least. We also have Shinies, so you know, there is no loss. Alright, one more legendary in the bag. Now, let's see, I guess the super scan to do actual battle against some mega. I don't even know which one it's gonna be it. Wait. Okay, we got a mission. I'm just gonna take care of that before. Ice Beam or Earth Power. Okay, hold on. Earth Power. She cannot learn Earth Power. Let's see, Ice Beam. Okay, she can learn Ice Beam. But Ice Beam is not really gonna do anything against fire. I suppose I could keep Aura Sphere to counter steel because I don't know what else. I don't think that she learns any fire. She's only weak to ground and fire. Oh wait, ice counters ground. Okay, never mind. I kind of forgot. Okay, that is a good point. Okay, so Ice Beam counters ground and Aura Sphere, Counter Steal. I guess that's about the best I can get. And okay, Hotel C. Okay, but I think I should do this before. Before I take on, you know, Hoopa. Power Gem. Okay, but here's the thing. Ice Beam counters ground, Aura Sphere counters steel. What the hell am I gonna... I mean, I get Power Hem instead of which one? Because Rock doesn't counter ground. Okay, instead of Ice Beam. Yeah, fair point. Huh, Heatran? Okay. I'm aware I have Groudon, but you know, Rayquaza is my favorite. So just let me be. Well, it's Groudon's turn. Wait, what? Okay, I think I may have underestimated Heatran. Okay, I will start with Groudon. Honestly, I guess also because using a cheaper donut limited my time. You got melted. Wait, give me a moment. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Okay, we're gonna let Groudon take this one. Groundon became Lizard Texas barbecue. I didn't really think Groundon would die so easily, but on the other hand, you know, Hitler was kind of a bastard with that beam. Okay, now let's go to the hotel's CA, but let me check. It's only 2 stars, but let's see. I don't know if it's a Megastone that I don't have. Florida is a more accurate state since iguanas are an invasive species there, and what else are they gonna do with the dead bodies? You know, I have a little of a funny story to tell you about it. I'm aware of the thing with iguanas in Florida. And okay, a little story time. You know that I live in Mexico, in the Yucatan Peninsula, and iguanas are not an invasive species, they are native. And I mean, we're chill with them. I see them sometimes, you know, when I go out on the street and I see them sunbathing and stuff. Some of my cats have been very adept iguana hunters. Bagheera's mother was incredible. She was able to take down iguanas twice her size. I don't know how she did it, but she did, and she brought the iguana for her sons to eat. I can't really complain because if at least they are eating what they hunt, what can I do? But also, that was many years ago, so it's not like they are driving iguanas to extinction anyway. Anyway, what I wanted to tell you is that, you know, this is a story that my father told me, but obviously it's an experience that he had himself. Like, he was, I think that he was a teenager. And there's also the thing, I think that I have told in other streams that my father is an actual Mayan, you know, like, not the, let's say, not the Timu version, no, a real native Mayan that grew up in a village. And my grandfather was basically, he was kind of a man of the jungle. He learned to live off the land. Towards like the second half of his life, he became a baker, but that is only because he hated milpa farming, and milpa is like the traditional way of farming corn with the ancestral techniques by the Mayans. When he was young, he worked for, an older man that owned some cornfields, and he didn't like that life. He hated farming corn, so he became a baker. But anyway, my grandpa, he was already working as a baker, and sometimes he took his sons to little, let's say, hunting expeditions in what we call El Monte, the wilderness. It refers to like basically jungle areas in here. And he went, I think that he took my father, and I mean, my father has two other brothers. They are a total of 7, but only 3 are guys. I think that he took the 3 of them. I don't remember, but at the very least, there was one more with him. And they wanted to hunt boar because boar was my grandpa's favorite. But if they could hunt a deer, that would have been nice. But apparently, that day was just horrible hunting wise. And they had no luck. So towards like the middle of the day, where they started, like at sunrise, and around noon they hadn't been able to hunt anything. And my father told me that one of his brothers asked my grandpa, like, Dad, what are we gonna eat? We didn't hunt anything. And he's like, oh, we want to eat? Don't worry, we're gonna get some meat. And at that moment, my father and his brother looked at each other confused, because they were like, where the hell is Dad gonna get meat if we didn't hunt anything? And then it's like half an hour later, he came and brought like 2 or 3 iguanas by the tail. And my grandpa, he was holding them by the tail. They were already dead. And at that moment, my father, because I think that my father wasn't very used to hunting yet. I think that he was young, like 12, 13. And he's like, you're joking, right? and his older brother started to laugh, because he was like, yeah, I kind of guessed that was going to be the meat. So, unironically, my father thought it had been a joke, but my grandpa made a fire and he cooked the iguanas, and that's what they ate for the day. And because apparently there were no deers or boars around on that day, they hunted a few more iguanas to take back home so that the rest of the family could eat. But, okay, I don't know, maybe that was a little bit of a boring story, I don't know, but the remarkable thing is that for my father, it was a little bit of a shocking factor, because he had never eaten iguana. And among his 2 other brothers, one of them hated them. But my father said that they didn't taste that bad. He didn't exactly describe how they tasted, but he told me that the people that say that it tastes kind of like chicken, like, he gets it why. But he says it's not exactly the same. Alright, so that is just my little family lore about iguanas. Chimecho, the mega everyone forgets exists. Even I did. Come on, Ron Cat. That was way before I was conceived. In Florida, they call them chickens of the trees. Yeah, my father told me that a lot of people describe them as being like chicken, but he says it's not exactly the same. What I'm not sure if he meant the taste or the texture. I think I'm gonna have to ask him. But you know, it was kind of funny that he was so shocked because he thought it had been a prank. You know, getting back to that topic about the iguanas and stuff, my father had plenty of like wacky adventures in the jungle. And he went on many hunting expeditions with his father. Like, commonly they got deer, boars. They also hunted and ate armadillos. I don't know if you knew that was a thing. People in here, I mean, well, natives, not so much city people. I have never eaten them. But yeah, armadillo can be cooked and eaten. And my father apparently liked it quite a lot. Alright, hello, well, I'm not sure how to say your name. Maharaj Putra Saindra? Welcome. I did get a bunch of legendaries from Pokemon Home. Most of these were caught by myself in Pokemon Go, and some I traded for them with friends. Like for example, there is Ginsect, there is Yveltal, you know, Rayquaza, Groudon, Kyogre. There is the Shiny Volcanion, that is a special reward from Pokemon CA itself, but I got it from a trade. There is Keldeo, Magearna, Zygarde, Diancie, Melmetal, Zeraora, Heatran, Mewtwo, the two Latios. I have a Hoopa, but it's not shiny. Virizion, Terrakion, Cubalion, Meloetta, Darkrai, and these are not legendaries, but still, you know, cool shiny Pokemon. Dragonite, Tyranitar, Metagross, Garchomp, Salamence, the two forms of Goodra, Corviknight, Holucha, Gyarados, Lucario. I still haven't been able to get the event, I mean, in CA about fighting Corin, Excadrill, and that's about it for shinies that I have. Alright, let me get back to the chat. You need to talk to Tony. Oh yeah, I haven't gotten AZ's Floette. I know people eat armadillo. Hillbillies in desert states love to eat them. Well, it has nothing to do with the hillbilly stereotype, but traditionally, like the Mayans and other native peoples in jungle parts of Mexico hunted and ate armadillo. You know, I actually remembered something. I kind of forgot the name. There was this guy on like, I think it was Discovery Home and Health or some channel like that. And there was this guy that was kind of like, I'm not sure if it was kind of chubby and bald. And he traveled around the world, you know, reviewing food from many places. I mean, kind of like Anthony Bourdain, but it was obviously not him. And that guy did go to Mexico, and he went to a place where they served armadillo. I remember that. I don't remember the name of the guy. I just know that he was kind of chubby and bald, but I don't remember his name. And I remember that because my father saw that on TV, and he was amazed. He never thought he would see that on TV. Okay, so I need Azis Floet. And oh yeah, that's gonna take a while. I'm gonna have to try to take care of it off stream and get back on that. So I guess I'm just gonna go and do the scan. No, I know that Guy Ferrari. I don't know I know that guy from the South Park parody and from memes about Flavor Town, but no, it wasn't that guy. I'm telling you, it was kind of a chubby guy that was bald and kind of like in his 40s. And he did a kind of show similar to Anthony Bourdain. He was traveling around the world and ate different traditional dishes. And he did one specifically on armadillo in some place in jungle, rural Mexico. I don't remember the name of the guy, I swear. It was so many years ago. I don't remember. I'm gonna look it up later. I can't remember to save my life. Also, Mahara, thank you. Do you consider Sandshrew an armadillo? You know, funny that you ask that because I legit had a playground debates with my friends in elementary. And my personal opinion is Sandshrew looks like an armadillo, but it doesn't seem quite to be fully one. And then with Sandslash, it's kind of more clear that it's a pangolin. Because, yes, I, as a kid, actually knew of pangolins being a thing. Because they actually showed that animal a lot in, like, animal shows for kids. I remember in many... Like, for example, there was this animal show with puppets. I don't remember. I mean, in Spanish, it was simply called El Show de los Animales. I don't remember what was the name in English. But that was one, for example. I remember also there was a show of the Krat brothers that predates Sabu Mafu. Everyone remembers Sabu Mafu, but almost no one remembers that the Krat brothers had a show on Discovery Kids prior to that. I watched that. And also I watched the Jeff Corwin. Those are the ones I can remember by name. But I know that I saw pangolins many times in those stuff that show you, educational stuff about animals. So I was aware of pangolins. I knew Sandslash was a pangolin, but I wasn't fully convinced by Sandshrew. Because he also kind of looks like a pangolin. It's just like without the scales sticking out. So, yeah, I don't consider Sandshrew an armadillo because I know that he's more of a pangolin. Most 90s kids know what pangolins are since a lot of Sonic OCs are pangolins. Okay, now that's something I wasn't aware of at all. I had no idea. I'm telling you, I knew because of the animal show, the Krat brothers, Jeff Corwin, and other stuff. Wait. This is what I got from the scan? This isn't even a legendary? What? It's not even a legendary. What the hell do I want this for? It's an animal that is spiky and rolls into a ball. Why wouldn't it be target for Sonic O's? Okay, fair enough. Remember, I didn't have nearly much exposure to Sonic growing up. I watched the Sonic X anime and that was it. I didn't even get to play the Sega games or the consoles because they were not very widespread in my region. Okay, I think that this kind of sucks. I don't think that I'm convinced by this special scan. Yeah, okay, let's try that again just because. Yeah, I want some legendaries. I don't want random Pokemon. I mean, I think I'm gonna do a few attempts, and if no legendary turns up, I will just get whatever. But I mean, I'm trying to get something good. Okay, please, a legendary. Okay, it's not re-rolling, so you know what? I think I need to like exit and re-enter the building. It could be worse. You could have gotten a battle song. Yeah, but I mean, at this point, I just want the legendaries. It's like put the legendaries in the bag. I don't really want random starters and stuff. Just to put the legendaries in the bag. Okay, I'm gonna exit and re-enter the building. You know what? I'm gonna save outside of the building in case that actually re-rolls. I think it's locked when you get enough points for a hyper scan. I kind of hope not, because that's gonna suck so much. My first hyper scan, and it's gonna be goddamn Trico. Okay, if I get Strikos again, I will just go for it, but man, it feels like a waste of a hyper scan. Okay, yeah, it locked in. God damn it. Excellent, he says it's not even a legendary. Oh yeah, what a challenge. Some trickers. That's why people hate this DLC. I mean, if at least they let me reroll, that is the minimum I am asking. Just let me reroll, and that would have been fine. But no, they have to force me to do this nonsense. Damn it. A bad Mega, but still. I mean, well, I guess Mega Sceptile is decent in Go, but unfortunately, this isn't Go. Okay. Yeah, I guess I might have to redo this. Honestly, my instinct was to just attack them so that they don't attack me. But also, I suppose I could catch some Draco or Sceptile. I should have done that. I was kind of just focusing on fulfilling the missions. How many Sceptiles have you seen in ranked battles? I don't think that I have seen any. But I did, there was that one battle with 3 freaking Feraligators. Well, one of the missions was catching men undetected. Yeah, but as you saw, that didn't quite work out. Okay, I got the Triku and Sceptile. I think that's enough. Oh yeah, I remember. I remember I used to do that in Pokemon Scarlet. The quick balls became my staple. I don't think I have Marshadow yet. And obviously, I don't know how to get it. Supersónico. Yoshi and the giant catfish that used to eat him are now friends. Wait, what? When did that happen? What the hell? Well, knowing Nintendo, they are probably not gonna bother to explain. Hello, welcome. They did explain the catfish's babies are being fished by shy guys, and the mama catfish lets Yoshi ride in her mouth to help free her babies. Well, you know what? That reminds me a little bit of Dynablade from Kirby Superstar, and okay, that kind of makes sense. At least with that sort of context, it makes sense. Later in the game, Yoshi shrunk to the size of a bug and gets eaten by the catfish anyway, and he has to go through its guts to save Bowser Jr. Well, that kind of feels like a callback to like Yoshi's Island. I guess that it makes sense in context. Bowser Jr. gets eaten twice this year since he also got eaten in the Mario Galaxy movie. Damn. Are they trying to say that Bowser Jr. is a snack? He's a tiny fat turtle. Yeah. I mean, I know. I'm not sure. What do I need to do to get Marshadow? And... or where? Okay, but right now, a stereotypical Portlander. That doesn't really tell me anything. I'm not from the United States. I don't know what the people of Portland, what they look like. That doesn't really tell me much. I actually have no idea how I'm supposed to get to where that portal is. Man, I hate this. The part about having to climb up buildings and roofs. Yeah, I don't like this nonsense. I mean, this is like Assassin's Creed, but without all the mobility from Assassin's Creed. Teleport to area 6. It's on area 5. I'm trying to get this portal around Cat before it disappears. Yeah, I know, and that doesn't really help. How do I go up? How do I go up this? This is annoying. I mean, I wanted to fight something. Okay, I kind of figured too late how to get there. I think I remember that section, so I'm just gonna go find that yellow elevator. And after that, I will do Marsh Shadow. Okay. I just wanted to have a boss fight or something. Because, you know, the hyper scan was a complete disappointment. Yeah, I know. Well, I am stumped. How do I get on this part? What the hell? Okay, I need to find a way to get on top of this building. I'm still not getting it. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Yeah, the roof stuff is annoying. I don't think that was well designed or well thought out. Okay, so I have to get from within the wild area. That's gonna be even worse. Also, I'll be right back because Bagheera wants to get out of the room. I'm really gonna have to figure how to get on top of buildings inside the walled area because I don't even remember how. If the portal is not there anymore, I'm gonna be mad. Okay, it's still there. Okay, I cannot reach that high. I don't really know how else am I supposed to get there. Somehow, I think that this is worse than random encounters in Pokemon. Roundcat, I have tried to get this portal. Okay, now the question is, how do I cross to the other building? There has to be a way and I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I mean, it's just that they choose the worst places to put portals. If only they could put them at ground level and spare the nonsense. The thing is that I am not getting it. How do I cross that much? The Rotom Glide is not gonna cover that much. I just noticed. I'm not sure that's taking me to where I want to go. Let's see. Yeah, I get it. Okay, made it. Yeah, I only saw the silhouette now, and well, let's see Magaren in action. What the hell? Is Dragonite the avatar? How do you feel about people who find Mega Magearna attractive? What? I mean, that Pokemon is barely humanoid. I mean, but in all fairness, I also don't understand people finding like God of War attractive. Yeah, I don't really get it. She looks like a robot. I think she's a robot. Yeah, I don't get it. And you know what? I think I will never get it. And it's probably for the best not to dig into it. I'm just gonna say, I guess some people are way weirder than we give them credit for. Wait, what? Killdew? But Killdew is literally a horse? What the hell? I mean, also, Killdew is a guy, but worst, it's a horse? I really don't know what to say. I mean, at this point, what's next? People are gonna find what is the name? The Rakian attractive? I'm not really aware how popular that is. I barely know what that is in the first place, and I wish I didn't know. God damn it, Rodcat. God damn it. I mean, also, Terrakion is just a bull. What the hell? The Clovers. I don't even know what that means, and I don't want to find out. Okay, I have no idea what a Portlander is supposed to look like, so I'm just gonna guess very randomly. I would imagine that this guy would be like from San Francisco, California. Is this a Portlander? I don't even know where is Portland for that matter. Basically, people who get off to hoofed animals, they should be institutionalized. You know, we used to have asylums for that kind of stuff. San Francisco is too warm for beanies. Where is Portland for that matter? Because I don't really know where the hell it is in the United States. Oregon. Okay, at least I know where Oregon more or less is. It's like far north in the US. Okay, I kinda get it. Oregon is above California. I mean, I didn't word it correctly, but yes, I know that Oregon is... well, I wasn't sure exactly how much north of California, but yeah, I know that it's on the west coast and that it's more towards the north than California. Simpsons fan would know about that since Matt Groening based most of the show around Oregon. Honestly, a lot of those things, I mean, I am a fan of The Simpsons, but a lot of the stuff about like specific US states and regions just went over my head because I am Mexican. I barely know. I mean, I can distinguish California, Texas, New York, Florida to some extent, and that's about it. The rest of the United States, it is kind of generic to me. And I wasn't really fully aware on what Matt Groening based Springfield on. I mean, that is a fair point. North of Prison Tower. Until the shadow is in the Pokeball button. Okay, where is the Pokeball button? I mean, I take it that this is the North Court, but where is the button? Okay, the court outside. Okay. Yeah, because I was thinking like a courtyard, and that's why I got confused. Well, it's not perfect, but I kind of like it. And Rayquaza is my favorite legendary, so there we go. Ghost fighting. I don't think I have. Ghost fighting. Well, I guess Magearna can do something about the fighting part. Well, this is taking a while. I already picked some fights in here and not enough time has passed. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the court. It's just that nothing happened yet. And I mean, there doesn't even seem to be... I mean, the sun is not out. Okay, we're waiting, but there is no shadow at all. Okay, I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. Well, wait, no, the shadow is there. It's coming. Okay, but does it have a mega? I guess there's only one way to find out. I see you like Majora's Mask. People are already livid that Magearna got a Mega. I don't think they want to see another band Mystical get a Mega. Wait. Marshadow is that powerful? Because it didn't really seem to be that strong. In the main series games, it has Technician. That it doesn't tell me much, but I'm gonna assume that's pretty useful. I mean, that must be some powerful ability. There seems to be a Mega, so you know what? I think that the last thing to finish the stream is gonna be to fight that one. Let's see who it is, because I'm not sure about actually Heracross? Or Embor for some reason. I mean, Technician doubles the moves, the power of moves 60 and under base power. Okay, damn, that's a strong ability. Actually, it's Heatran. Okay. I didn't think it was Heatran. It's why Scizor has been such a popular Pokemon for so long, since it has Technician. Well, there's something that I didn't really know. Do you think Heatran counts as a hoofed animal? I don't really think so, because I have seen that he has claws. But you know what, let me check again. Okay, because for example, let's see, Volcanion has claws clearly, so no hooves. Now, Heatran. Yeah, he has no hooves. He has claws, clearly. Yeah, those aren't hooves. Come on. I would say of the Pokemon here, the ones that have hooves are Shinies, Cobalion, Terrakion, Virizion, Keldeo. I don't think anyone else has hooves here. Yeah, no one here besides those has hooves. Okay, I guess we started the stream fighting Heatran and we ended it fighting Heatran. And getting enough points for a hyper scan. Alright. Okay, let me get back on computer mode. And alright. You know what? I kinda had fun. Well, even though the hyperscan was a disappointment, but you know what? It was nice. And obviously, I am very much enjoying my shinies. Even though I actually like the normal color, for example, for Groudon and Kyogre, but the shinies are kinda growing on me. Because the primal looks awesome. I figured I should have done that for the next stream because I mean to start the next Pokemon CA stream. That's what I figured. But also, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play off stream just to get through the whole Infinite tournament. You know, to get AC's Floette. I'm actually gonna be working on that, so the Hyperscan is gonna be on hold. I mean, for the next stream. And it's gonna be a surprise because I have no idea what I'm gonna get. You guys will see it on stream. Mustard, Groudon, and Pepto Bismol Kyogre. I mean, yes. But at least the primal forms for both looks cool. Though Rayquaza looks cool enough as a shiny. But it works. Alright, considering the time, I think it's a good point to call it here. And, well, thank you so much for sticking around. Remember that tomorrow, today, technically Saturday, whatever, I'm gonna be streaming Bowser's Fury to also continue that playthrough. And we'll see where it takes me because I honestly have no idea. Alright. I don't think that there are any more plans. I don't think I'm gonna be streaming anything on Sunday, but we'll see. And also, the stream plans for next week are a little bit nebulous. But at the very least, I don't have any major ongoing life crisis like I had been having. You know, I had a lot of problems like health problems with my cats and stuff that I had to take care of. So Now I should start to really return to the old rhythm. But at the same time, there are some things, that come up as the week goes. So we'll see. Do you want to see a video about the clubbers? I mean, how bad? Because it might not be wise to have it on stream. I don't know if it's something that you want me to watch on stream. Joe and Mac returns for Waifu Wednesday? Yeah, for sure. Excel candy trades are ending next week. Yeah, I gotta try to make the most. I have been trying to make the most of the Excel candy. The other thing is, I wish I could get more special traits. That's the thing. I got a bunch of bad legendaries. I just need to get rid of them for Excel candy. Not on stream. You know what? In that case, you. Okay, shoot. I will probably watch it tomorrow just because I'm kind of tired today. Well, tonight. And I still can't go to sleep. I have some things to do before doing that. So I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. Probably most wisely after breakfast, in case that there is something that would make me lose my appetite. Friday is still Excel candy, but only one. Yeah, that's gonna be like my only hope. All right. Well, Round Cat and anyone else who might be watching, that's gonna be it for tonight. So have a good one, and hopefully see you guys next stream.